let's go ahead and get started. Well, I want to welcome everyone here. Thank you for listening, everyone in the MLOps community. We have something very exciting and special that we're going to announce today. As you guys can all see, we have this thing called Engineering Labs. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what's going on, but let me just give you a refresher on who I am. I'm David Aponte. I'm a machine learning engineer, and I'm one of the hosts of the MLOps community. And I have here with me Ivan, who's also another member of the MLOps board. And Ivan, how about you give a quick introduction just so everyone knows who you are?
Yeah. Hi guys. Hi everyone. As David, I'm a machine learning engineer, and so today we're going to present you this a great initiative that we started thinking about a month ago.
Excellent. Yes, so we have been putting a lot of thought into this. We're super excited to share this with you guys, and let's just get started. So we're starting this new initiative called Engineering Labs. And let me give you a high-level overview of some of the things that we want to accomplish with this lab, what it's going to be about, and then I'm going to pass it over to Ivan to give you a more detailed overview of how we've designed this or how we're envisioning this thing to happen. So first things first, these engineering labs are going to be about improving our skills. So a lot of us, are in this fast-changing field, and it's so important to stay sharp. It's so important to keep up with the latest technologies. It's always good to practice, right? And we want to provide an opportunity and a platform through this challenge to improve our skills. So that's definitely one of the first things we want to do. A second thing that we want to accomplish is we want to, promote collaboration. As a global online community with people working in all different time zones, different places, it's great for us to work together and share the things that we're learning, promote the things that we know work well, and to just grow in our ability to work as team members. That's something we want to promote. We want to promote collaboration, as a lot of us have benefited from other people, whether it be blogs, videos, or even people in this community. And we want to keep that going. We want more people to collaborate, and that's definitely something that we're trying to accomplish. Thirdly, what we'd like to do is to experiment and test new technologies. So what I mean by this is there's a lot of new tools that maybe you haven't had the chance to try out at your job because for whatever reason, maybe they don't have the infrastructure to set it up, the budget to do it, or maybe not even the expertise. Maybe you don't have a mature engineering team where you can try out some of these technologies. And so what we want to do is also provide the opportunity to do that in a safe place where you can kind of mess up, experiment, test this out, and learn how to use new things, and hopefully bring that into your day-to-day work. And fourthly, what we want to do is have a lot of fun. Yes, we want to have fun. That's what this is all about. That's what I'm in this for. Ivan is in this for. And we want to do this solving hard and challenging problems. So obviously, a lot of the things that we do within our day-to-day work are hard, right? Debugging a production system, engineering it so that it's reliable. All of these things are difficult. And I'm sure all of you are in it because you like difficult things. I know I do. And one of the things that we want to definitely do is have a lot of fun solving these really tough challenges, and the harder the better in my mind. And the last but not least, one thing I want to communicate is that this is definitely going to be an ongoing work in progress. The labs are going to evolve as the community changes, as the community evolves. And what I mean by this is that, maybe the challenges that we come up with the first two labs are completely different from the third and the fourth one. And that could be because of maybe there's this new tool, this new sort of section of the ML pipeline that we want to focus on, or we have new community members that have other ideas. There's all sorts of things that are going to, change and allow our labs to evolve as we change and evolve. So that's a little bit about that, the overview. We want to improve our skills, we want to collaborate, want to provide an opportunity to experiment and test. We want to have a lot of fun, okay? Keep that in mind, guys. And this is an ongoing work in progress, which is a good thing, man. We want to continuously evolve this as the needs evolve. And quickly, what I want to go over is what do we want to accomplish with this? So the MLOps community has put a lot of thought into this initiative, and we want to achieve some goals. And let me talk about that now. So first, what we want to do is we want to have the opportunity to learn and practice things that are related to data ops, model ops, DevOps, whatever ops you want to call it. Anything that is relevant to solving the problem, we want to talk about. Anything that's going to help us in our day-to-day challenges, we want to talk about. So it's going to be a mixture of all these sort of things. It's going to be engineering focused. Notice how we've called it engineering labs, and we've done that intentionally. We don't want to focus it on just the model or just the data. It's everything, anything relevant to that. So it's just engineering in general. Second thing, what we want to do is we want to develop case studies. Okay, so not just a tutorial, but rather something a little bit more involved, where it's going to involve you to participate in it, to maybe solve some of those challenges, build a few things to be able to get to a certain step. And with that in mind, we have this idea of milestone challenges. So what we're hoping to do is to have a case study that has different little milestones that you can achieve, and in the end, what you're going to have is this end-to-end system. Now, that may be one example of it. Maybe it's something different. It could be a sort of Kaggle competition-ish type of thing. But the idea is we want to have a case study, something that is centered around a real life problem, something that you would deal with in your work, something that I would deal with in my work. And that's the idea. Another thing that we want to focus on, a goal, and this is what we really care about, is a focus on productionization. And the reason why we care about this is because ultimately machine learning is only valuable if you can actually get it to your end users. So what we really care about in the MLOps community is creating value for end users. We don't just model just to model, although it's fun, data science is fun, but we have a real goal in mind. We want to build things for our users. And ultimately, that's what everything has to be geared towards. You don't build a model just to optimize some metric, but if it's not going to be used in the real world, it's pretty much useless. And another thing that we want to accomplish is we want to involve the community. We want all of you guys to be a part of what we're doing. This is not just me and Ivan or Demetrios or anyone in the MLOps. This is you guys, all right? This is us together. And what we want to do is we want to develop this rotating core squad, okay? A core squad of developers, engineers, scientists, whatever you want to call it, that is focused on designing and creating these engineering labs. So notice how we haven't even created a lab yet. You guys are going to help us do that. And what we want to do is eventually distribute this work and provide lots of opportunities for all of the engineers, all of the scientists, all of the practitioners interested in learning. So this is a great opportunity. If you're new to the MLOps community, this is great for you. Come and learn something new. If you're a seasoned engineer, been working for a while now in this industry, we'd love to have you come help us design something that's going to promote so many of those good practices that you have learned. And there's so many other things we could talk about here, but the gist is this: we want a mixture of data ops, model ops, DevOps, okay, anything that's going to be relevant to a machine learning pipeline. We want to focus on case studies, right, real life problems. We want to focus on productionization or productization, whatever you want to call it, anything that's going to create value for our end users. And ultimately, we want to create this rotating core squad, right? We want to distribute this workload. It's not just going to be us or myself designing these things. It's going to be you guys, which is a really great thing. It means you can have inputs into the type of challenges that you're dealing with in your day-to-day work, how you figured out how to solve those challenges, and then framing that in something that's going to be educational and helpful for the community. So please, anyone that's interested, we want you guys to reach out to us. Let me just also preface this by saying that, and Ivan's going to introduce this a little bit more fully, but we are looking for people that at least have had a year or two of experience putting things into production at first. Okay, so anyone that is involved in this at first, we'd like to have a little bit of experience, and as we move forward, then we can kind of distribute that load and open it up to people who maybe are looking more to learn new things. But this is the gist. So that's our goals, that's our overview, and now Ivan is going to get into the design overview. Thank you, Ivan. Go ahead, take it away.
Thank you, David. So David will expose you really well the goals and the intent of these labs, but let me talk about a little bit of how it's going to work. So essentially, it's very simple because we're going to have a three-steps process. So first, as you can see, we will ask the community to vote one out of three main challenges that they turn out from the community conversations, thread, and so on. So, for example, let's say that someone just asks a question like, assume that I need to put in production a model with the TensorFlow serving. How can I monitor this model with Prometheus on Grafana to get the model accuracy, right? This could be an example. So once we get the vote, we are going to announce the most rated one, and we will make a call for developers because, as David mentioned, the idea here is to build a 4-5 person squad to build the scenario, to build the lab, and then, to, of course, to solve the challenge. So next slide, David, please. Essentially, we're going to cover all the ops work. So if we would like to summarize this concept in a word, let's say we can talk about machine learning systems. These are the focus of the lab. So in particular, we are going to explore different system architecture. So think about batch, real-time, streaming, whatever. And of course, because the idea is to create some kind of best practice, right? We are going to promote concepts like reproducibility, automation, code modularity, and so on. One of the things that we thought is about where we are going to implement this kind of lab. So the idea here, okay, we are going to have different environments, but the goal is to have something that you can replicate, you can play with, you can practice. So we are going to explore some technology like containers, so Docker, Kubernetes, and maybe in the future, because these labs are something that is going to evolve, if we're going to have some kind of sponsorship, we're going also to consider some cloud platforms and so on. And finally, of course, we're going to test different technologies because, as you probably know, nowadays, machine learning systems are kind of, let's say, different components in that environment. So that's why we're going to play with MLflow, kubeflow, and other kinds of technologies. So if you want to know more about this kind of initiative, next slide, David. We prepare for you a technical design document. So here you can find all the overview, the design of the labs, all we talk so far, but much more detail. And so, of course, if you have some feedback, if you think that we can improve this initiative before to start because we missed something, please reach out. So now I let the last words to David to close this session.
Excellent. Yes, I just want to also bring up a point about this technical design doc. Our goal is to hopefully update it with different versions of it. So it's like I said, it's just going to be an ongoing work in progress. So anyone involved, please reach out. And yes, I'm so glad for you guys to first off pay attention to this. So you guys have been listening, hearing what we have to do. We're very, very excited for this. I know me and Ivan have been really chatting about this, about how awesome this can be. But I'm super excited to hear from you guys. I would love to hear your thoughts. Anyone that's interested in being involved, like I said, we're asking for a call of right now at least 3 developers who are going to be working with me and Ivan. And what we'd like is someone who is at least experienced with, maybe putting things in production, building this end-to-end pipeline, someone who has at least some experience with those things so that it's a little bit easier to help, kind of put these things together so we don't have to onboard anyone right now. But let me just say that we are willing to do that moving forward. We'd love to onboard new people, anyone who's maybe looking to practice some of these skills. This is the platform for you. But initially, while we're getting this up and running, we'd like a little bit of experience so that we can kind of have something stable to work with. And I think that's about it. Well, I just wanted to say we're super excited. I would love to hear from you guys. The sooner the better. I would love to anyone who's involved, please reach out to me and Ivan or Demetrios as well. And we're going to be releasing more information soon. We're going to be putting out a survey of sorts or some sort of thing that we're going to put out there to gather information on what you guys are interested in the first challenge to be. And of course, the developers that are interested in joining us. And that is about it, guys. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to ask that you please reach out as soon as possible. And we wish you guys have a great rest of the week. Have fun engineering your systems. And Ivan, I think that's it. So peace out, guys. We look forward to hearing from everyone, and we will talk to you guys soon.